The sun barely kissed the eastern horizon, spilling soft golden light over the boundless Siberian taiga. A chill still lingered in the air, and the vast expanse of larch and pine stood silent. Save for the rustling of leaves and the occasional bird call, it was an ordinary morning for the indigenous Evenki people and scattered Russian settlers. Ordinary, save for the undercurrent of unease that no one could explain. Far above Earth, an interloper from the void hurtled at unimaginable speed. A massive fragment of space rock or ice, perhaps 50 to 60 meters wide, streaked silently through the cosmos, veiled in shadow and oblivious to the world it was about to shatter. At 7:14 a.m., the heavens cracked open. Witnesses as far as 1200 kilometers away described a fireball brighter than the sun streaking across the sky. Its descent was a silent scream of inevitability, a harbinger of chaos, trailing fiery orange and blue contrails. Villagers miles from the epicenter fell to their knees, either praying or cursing in equal measure. Horses bolted, dogs howled, as though sensing death on the wind. The fireball exploded midair, with an energy force scientists would later estimate at 10 to 15 megatons of TNT, roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Roughly 3 minutes later, at 7:17 a.m., near the Podkamennaya Tunguska River, just above the Siberian wilderness, the celestial visitor reached its climax. At an altitude of approximately 5 to 10 kilometers, the object disintegrated in a blinding flash of light. An eruption of apocalyptic fury followed. A shockwave radiated outward at over 1,000 kilometers per hour, flattening 80 million trees across 2,150 square kilometers. The ground heaved as though struck by a god's hammer. Witnesses 60 kilometers away were thrown off their feet, their ears assaulted by a deafening roar that echoed like a symphony of cannon fire. For hundreds of kilometers, the air itself seemed alive, a searing wind that stripped leaves, shattered windows, and scorched flesh. Even in remote towns, people were thrown from their chairs and glass splintered in homes. Then, nothing. The forest floor, which moments ago teemed with life, became a graveyard of splintered trunks and smoldering earth. Fires began to lick at the edges of devastation. Animals, stunned or injured, stumbled aimlessly, while survivors, far from the epicenter, clawed their way back to their feet, ears ringing and lungs burning with the acrid scent of ozone and scorched resin. Above, the sky churned with strange clouds, twisting into shapes that defied comprehension. By the evening, the entire hemisphere was witnessing the event's aftermath. Night skies across Europe and Asia glowed faintly, illuminated by high altitude particles scattered by the explosion. In London, Berlin, and Paris, astonished observers marveled at the spectacle, unaware of the calamity that had unfolded thousands of kilometers away. For years, the Tunguska event remained a ghost story whispered among Siberian villagers and an enigma for scientists. Expeditions to the blast zone, beginning in earnest only in the 1920s, revealed the true scale of the devastation. Flattened trees stretched in a radial pattern for miles, pointing like skeletal fingers to the event's epicenter, where no impact crater could be found. Theories abounded: a meteorite, a comet, even an alien spacecraft. But the truth, obscured by time and the wildness of the Siberian taiga, refused to yield easily. The Tunguska event remains one of the Earth's most dramatic reminders of the cosmos' latent fury. In an instant, an uninhabited patch of wilderness became a testament to the power of celestial phenomena. Had the object exploded over a major city, the destruction would have been unthinkable. And yet, for all its violence, Tunguska is also a tale of fortune, an apocalyptic weapon wielded not against humanity but against the indifferent expanse of the wilderness, a fleeting warning from the heavens, etched into the fabric of Earth's history. The idea that aliens might be responsible for the Tunguska event is a hypothesis that has fascinated both scientists and conspiracy theorists. While mainstream science attributes the explosion to the airburst of a meteoroid or comet, the alien hypothesis provides an alternative explanation for the mysterious aspects of the event. Here's top 7 reasons why some believe extraterrestrials might have been involved. One of the most perplexing features of the Tunguska event is the lack of an impact crater, despite the enormous explosion. Proponents of the alien theory suggest that this could indicate a controlled detonation, possibly the destruction of an alien spacecraft or a deliberate release of energy to prevent a larger catastrophe. They argue that only intelligent intervention could explain the lack of physical debris usually associated with meteoric impacts. Witnesses reported seeing a fiery object streaking across the sky, emitting a bluish white light, followed by a series of deafening booms. Some descriptions of the event suggest the object altered its trajectory mid flight, which would be highly unusual for a natural celestial body but could be explained by a guided spacecraft. After the explosion, strange atmospheric and electromagnetic effects were observed. For example, compasses reportedly malfunctioned in the area. The night skies in Europe glowed for several days, a phenomenon not fully explained by current science. Alien technology, proponents argue, could account for such effects, possibly as a result of energy discharge or advanced propulsion systems. The blast pattern at Tunguska flattened trees in a radial fashion, but at the center of the explosion, some trees remained upright, stripped of their branches. This oddity has led some to theorize that the explosion was caused by a directed energy weapon or the malfunctioning of an alien power source. Some proponents of the alien theory suggest the event could have been an act of intervention by extraterrestrial beings to save Earth from a catastrophic collision. If the object was a meteoroid on a collision course with a populated area, an alien spacecraft could have destroyed it midair, sacrificing itself in the process. While the meteoroid or comet theory is the leading scientific explanation, there is no definitive evidence proving it. No meteoritic material was found in significant quantities at the site, for example. UFOlogists often link the Tunguska event to broader theories of alien visitation. Some believe that the explosion could have been the result of a failed alien experiment, the accidental detonation of an alien craft, or even a deliberate test of extraterrestrial technology.